Hey, so welcome back to the Her Tech Life podcast. I'm your host, Kat Couchy, and I'm really excited to be welcoming Chris onto the podcast today. Hi, Chris, how are you?
Hey, Kat, I'm great, thank you. And thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today. It's
Of
always great
course.
to reconnect with other women in tech.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been lovely kind of getting connected with you, and it's a great week for us recording this as well because it's International Women's Day on Saturday. So that's a nice tie-in too, as we're here highlighting some of the amazing things that you're doing yourself. So could you start just by introducing yourself to our listeners, please, and just a little bit about what your current role is?
Yeah, sure. So I describe myself as an AI data and technology consultant. Mainly working in the business transformation space and mainly helping organisations implement AI, data and technology safely, ethically and responsibly.
Mm.
What that means in everyday terms or on a daily basis, if you like, for me in the
Yeah.
workplace is making sure organisations are aware of key regulation and legislation in this place. Some of the big ones that you may have heard about are things like the GDPR, the General Data Protection Regulation,
Mhm.
and increasingly the AI Act, the EU AI
Mm.
Act. My work is very much around making sure organisations are aware of those big legislations and others
Yeah.
to demonstrate safe, responsible, and ethical AI implementation,
Mm.
data compliance, and technology implementation too.
Yeah, wow, that sounds like a lot. And obviously, yeah, like you say, AI must be quite a
Mm.
big focus of that now as more and more companies are beginning to utilize it more. But I'm sure it's quite a difficult area because even with the ensuring they're using it responsibly, it's not just them using it, it's the tools they're selecting as well, I guess. Is that
Yeah.
something that you kind of have to talk to companies about as well, like with what they decide to actually use too?
Yeah, that's a really good question because that's a very easy question for organisations to ask in terms of
Mm.
um, risk, shifting the risk, if you like. It's quite
Yeah.
easy for them to ask me or, Chris, which tools are safe? Which ones would you
Mm.
recommend? Which ones are best? But actually, those kind of decisions are operational decisions.
Hmm.
They need to be
Yeah.
made, by the internal stakeholders.
Mm.
And my role would be to risk assess the short list of tools that an organisation,
Yeah.
might decide upon.
That makes sense. Yeah. No, thank you for that. I was just curious because I know it's something that a lot of companies obviously are exploring a lot more now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
can you tell us a little bit about who you are outside of work? So I always like to just get to know the guest a little bit.
Yeah, of course. So, as you know, as I think we discussed last time when we had a quick chat, I wear outside of work. I wear a couple of DEI hats, if you like,
Mm.
diversity, equity, and inclusion hats. I lead a couple of communities in this space that are sort of related to the work that I do. The first community that I lead is one that I founded. It's called, it's basically the UK's first ever Black Privacy Professionals Network. So that's for people that look like me, that do what I do.
Mm.
And the second community that I lead on behalf of a global community is the London chapter for Women in AI Governance. So
Mm.
both communities are very aligned with my day job in terms
Yeah.
of AI
Cool.
and privacy, data and tech.
Mm.
But that those community leadership projects do take up a lot of my time. I'm also a
Yeah, of course.
mother. I have a teenage son. We're
Mm.
both quite sporty. We play lots of tennis and go to the gym together.
Oh,
Um,
that's nice.
so yeah, I would say
Yeah.
they're the things that take up my time outside of work.
Mm. Yeah, no, that's great. And those communities, like they sound really important as well. And it's great that you're able to lead both of those. So that's amazing. And yeah, it really aligns with what you do as well. So I guess it's something that you must be quite passionate about your work then, if that's kind of also filtered into those additional hats that you wear.
Yeah, hugely passionate about my work. It's a growing and dynamic space for
Mm.
lots of different reasons, lots of different professional disciplines are working
Yeah.
in the space, which I really love. So yeah, it's a really great space to be. I would say AI, data and tech, really exciting place to be at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really developing quite rapidly at the moment. So yeah, very exciting. A lot of changes in a short space of time.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little about how you got into your role?
Yeah, sure. So I have been working in this space for a long time, 15 plus years, and I've always worked with data in some way, shape, or form. I started out more on the data analytics, data management side, moved more into data compliance, sort of data protection compliance, privacy management. And now increasingly I'm working on the technology risk, AI risk assessment side. So I suppose it's fair to say I kind of fell into the data field by accident. But I have intentionally stayed in the space and evolved in the space. My role has changed in the time that I've been in the space.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting. What is it that you really like about your work then?
Right, I don't even know where to start. There are so many things.
That's good though. That's really positive that there are
Yeah,
so many things that you enjoy about it.
yeah. But I suppose if I had to summarize some of the key highlights, I suppose I would say what I should have said actually for the audience is my background is non-technical. My background is psychology,
Oh,
and
interesting. Yeah.
I bring that. So one of the things I actually enjoy with what I do is I bring that I bring my occupational psychology or organizational psychology background to the work that I do in tech and AI risk assessments. And I really love that, drawing on, you know, sort of different disciplines and different professional areas
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
help organizations strategically and operationally with AI implementation. So that is one of the things I really do enjoy, drawing on different, my different professional interests and bringing that to the workplace in a way that helps organizations. I love working. The work that I do means that I work across all business functions, HR, sales and marketing, finance, digital product development, all areas of the business. So I really enjoy that variety, and I enjoy what
Yeah.
that means in terms of working with different stakeholders. I mean, I could say lots of other things, but they're probably the
Yeah.
key highlights in terms of.
Yeah, it must be really interesting getting to, like you say, experience all these different areas of business. And your psychology background, that's so interesting. What made you kind of shift from kind of psychology to tech? Because that's, quite different areas, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. So I love psychology. I suppose that's why I'm still in touch with the discipline and I bring it into my work.
And I guess why you're interested in like the ethics and bias
Yeah,
and some of those areas within like
yeah.
tech and AI as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So my psychology, one of the things we did learn when I was at university, one of the things we did learn during our psychology lectures were things like, artificial intelligence and, if you like, similarities and dissimilarities to human intelligence. But the reason why I suppose I didn't pursue psychology further as a strict discipline, as a strict professional discipline, is it does require a lot of training. It does require additional training. I've got a couple of degrees in psychology, and to be an accredited psychologist means further training, more investment for,
Yeah.
in terms of, getting qualified.
Mm.
And I
Quite a
saw,
barrier then, isn't it?
yeah, it
Yeah.
can be a barrier.
Mm.
And actually, looking back, I'm quite glad that I've sort of ended up in tech because I've not completely lost my interest in psychology because I bring to my tech roles.
Yeah. No, that's really interesting. What's your experience been like? She said obviously you've been, within the industry for 15 years. What's your
Yeah.
experience been like of working in tech, the challenges and the benefits of that?
Yeah, I suppose the challenge, the obvious and immediate challenges are around just the pace, the sheer pace of technology development, which has just accelerated 100 times fold with AI.
Yeah.
And then obviously the other side that I work on in this space is the regulation. So the challenge there is the increasing complexity of global AI
Yeah, of
data and
course.
tech
Yeah.
regulation. So it's the pace in terms of technology development, that's a real challenge. And then the evolving complexity of the regulation, on the other hand, would be the other challenge.
Mm.
But it is
Yeah, it
exciting.
must
It
be.
does mean I'm learning every day. So I quite like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it, to be continuously learning? Yeah, that must be quite difficult because obviously you're looking globally as well, because the picture must be quite different, like across. But if you're
Mm.
looking at compliance, you've got to make sure that the compliance goes across the board.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we're all about, the work that we do is all about, keeping everyone safe, protecting consumers and clients' data, protecting consumers consumers and clients' privacy, and obviously protecting organizations as well in terms of their data, their systems, and their business reputation and their sustainability. So yeah, there's a lot to think about when we are
Yeah.
demonstrating our commitment to protecting
Mm.
everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And what about in terms of in like more of a director role? What have been some of the challenges and benefits of that?
Yeah, the challenges in a director role. I guess, yeah. So being a being a technology leader, I guess, or a technology director, and working as a consultant as well,
Mhm.
working as an external consultant,
Mm.
I find I need to bring a lot of skills to the table. So
Yeah.
it's not just about understanding the technology, and
Mm.
it's not just about being a leader.
Mm.
It's also about, um, you know, the softer skills,
Yeah.
demonstrating, an ability to listen, take on board people's needs, and then rationalize all of that in terms of, legally what's allowed and what's not allowed,
Mm.
and then rationalizing all of that alongside commercial objectives. So, as a director, that kind of horizon scanning, understanding the legislative landscape and understanding strategically what organizations want to do, and
Mm.
then making sense of all of that commercially for the
Mm.
organization at director or a technology leader level
Mm.
is definitely a challenge,
Yeah.
because increasingly I know you mentioned the word compliance, but increasingly we're very much around change, introducing
Mm.
change, leading change
Yeah.
in a way that makes sense to the organization. So
Mm.
that's a big challenge for us, I would say,
Mm.
as technology directors, as technology leaders,
Mm. That
driving
managing that
change.
change.
Yeah,
Yeah, change management is quite an important skill set to have then.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
What have been some of your favourite achievements today?
Yeah, so I think when I was thinking about this, for other interviews that I've done for International Women's Day, I think what I enjoy the most about my work is seeing women in particular grow, elevate, and
Mm.
progress. So we've talked about
Yeah.
the community leadership projects that I lead, where
Mm.
a lot of what I do with those communities is to enable growth. It is about
Mm.
enabling career growth, enabling personal and professional growth as well. And I'm also a tech career coach. So again, that's about
Oh,
growth.
wow. Yeah.
So I would say that's probably one of the most rewarding things about
Mm.
um, the work that I do, seeing growth.
Yeah, I love that. That's wonderful. Especially like you say in that career coach role as well. That must be really nice to see.
Yeah. It is amazing. The transformation, seeing the
Mm.
transformation in particularly women's confidence,
Mm.
and the way they overcome self-limiting beliefs, and
Mhm.
then what that all means in terms of their journey and what they're then
Yeah.
able to achieve. I really, it's definitely, one of my favourite things with the work I do, seeing that growth.
Incredible. What would be your advice if someone was interested in a role like yours?
I would say just do it, because we definitely need a lot more, we definitely need lots more diversity representation in tech, in AI data in tech, especially at senior levels. And as I say, I'm from a non-technical background, and so although I'm probably slightly biased in saying this, but I believe that we add value as non-technical people. We add a lot of value to the technology profession. So I would encourage anyone, whether you're from a technical or non-technical background, just do it if you are serious about a career in tech. There are so many opportunities in tech now. So do your research, talk to lots of different people, network, go out to lots of different meetings to find out about, the breadth and range of tech roles that are out there, and sort of try to find the role or roles that suit you, I would say. So yeah, just do it and do your research as well.
Love that. Yeah, 2 great starting points. And then my last question really is just, what change do you want to see in the tech industry, and how do you think we get there?
Yeah, so again, drawing on the theme of International Women's Day, which is around this year, that's around accelerating action. I think that theme is definitely a theme that we absolutely need to apply to the tech space in terms of accelerating action around diversity, representation and inclusion within tech. I know there are lots of initiatives to get women and girls and other underrepresented communities into tech, but what I'm also seeing is that a lot are burnt out or being driven out. They get in.
Yeah, so a lot of leaving as well. It's not just the recruitment side, it's the retention, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. It's the retention and it's the development as well.
Yeah.
I think we need to see a lot more accelerated action that goes into retaining more diversity in tech and seeing diverse talent rise as well without being burnt out, without burning
fostering people so they can actually develop and grow, and definitely. I love that. Well, thank you so much, Chris, for coming on. It's been brilliant talking to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Kat. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you today.